You want your home buying experience to be exciting, but what you don't know can hurt you. So these are my top 5 mistakes that you absolutely under no circumstance want to make when you're trying to buy a home. And do not miss number 5 because it is a doozy. If you are looking to buy a home, there are some definite mistakes that you've got to avoid, and this applies to you mostly if you're seeking financing for this loan. If you are paying cash for a property, this is not quite the same thing, but what you want to make sure is that the second that you have the lender pull your credit and you get the pre-approval, that you change nothing, and I mean nothing. What they've done is taken a snapshot of your debt and your income and all of your credit history. If between that point and the time that you close, anything changes, they're going to find out because they will be checking it again. You're not going to get your loan if too many things or big things have changed, or even minor things. So here are some mistakes to avoid. Mistake number 1. Do not quit your job. You are required to have at least 2 years of history to qualify for a loan. So if you put in your notice, the bank is going to realize that the paycheck that they've counted on is no longer coming. I've even heard some stories, people quitting the day before closing, but you know what? Your lender, before closing, is going to call to verify your employment. So if anything crazy hits the fan, just hang on until you get your keys, and then quit your job. Mistake number 2, no major purchases. If you're buying a new car, you better be prepared to live in it. Major purchases like that affect your credit to debt ratio. So if you've just assumed a new debt for a car or a boat or an RV, you may not be able to also carry the debt of your new house. So pay attention and hold those major purchases until after you have closed and you have those keys in your hand. Mistake number 3, be aware of any massive account deposits that are non-payroll. So if you're a W-2 employee and you get a certain salary and it's a ton of money, congratulations. But if there's a big deposit that's about to hit your account that's not quite normal, you want to call your lender and see if it's okay. Some examples of this might be you get an inheritance from a family member, or perhaps you're getting a gift from a family member. You want to make sure you go through the bank before $10,000, $20,000, whatever amount of money hits your account, because when they pull your bank statements at the end, they're going to want to know where that money came from, and you don't want to delay anything. Mistake number 4, you do not close any of your credit cards. Even if you've paid them down, even if you don't use them, when your initial snapshot was pulled for your credit pre-approval and they see that that was there, if that credit card was on there, keep it the same. If you cancel it, you've just taken away some of the credit that they can use towards your debt to income ratio. Number 5, the big one. Finally, when I'm working with buyers, I always have this conversation and I give them this list of 5 things, but this one that I harp on the most is do not, I repeat, do not open any credit cards. If you need to save 15% at Target, you need to wait. You do not need to have any more credit inquiries coming up your way when you are trying to buy a house. Story time. Here's a fabulous story that will haunt your dreams. Years ago, when I first got into real estate, this story was circulating around my office. A fellow agent had a listing that had the sellers. The buyer's agent, who was from a different company, came to the closing to the table with the buyers. Everybody was excited. They're about to sign and get their keys, and that's when the lender walks in, and the lender doesn't look so good. And the lender looks at the buyers and says, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, did you go to Rooms To Go this week and open a new credit card? And the wife says, yes, We're so excited because they had all this awesome deals with 0% financing for 12 months. And so we're gonna get all this stuff delivered in a few days to the new house. And then I can just picture the look on that lender's face when he said, "I'm sorry, but not only did you open a new credit card, but you maxed it out, which has changed your debt to income ratio, and I cannot approve your loan for this house." Let that soak in. You've got a new giant truckload of furniture and no house to put it in. Tough pill to swallow. Yes, you can fill up your car with gas. Yes, you can go to the grocery store and buy groceries. Yes, you continue to pay your bills, but do not do anything out of the ordinary. Please, 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 for all things good and holy, keep things the same as that original snapshot. Because ultimately, what you don't want could happen to you. It's my job as a realtor to make sure that at the end of the day, you get those keys. I am Christy Roque, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.